What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Jedi Jive. My name is Mike, and joining me again is my sister Jenny.
Hey, everyone.
We are here to react to the season finale of Andor.
The series finale.
Season 2, episode 12. Man, what a season. All 4 arcs have been awesome. I think we agreed that last week the 3 episodes were very powerful.
Yeah.
There was a lot of meat in those episodes that took a lot to process. And now we've kind of wrapped things up in this last 3 episodes because we know where Rogue One begins, and we know we've got to get there. So, like, the larger story beats are already there.
Yeah.
And we're kind of like filling in what happens to some of these characters in the middle. And right now, it seems like the whole Death Star project is kind of finally becoming like the information is out there now, or not out there to the public, but like the Clea has now informed Cassian, and I had pointed out that in the beginning of Rogue One, that character that Cassian has to shoot gives Cassian Galen Erso Death Star, a planet's killer, he calls it, and Cassian's like Galen Erso, so it's like, okay, who is that guy and where did he get the information from? If Clea's like the only person other than Luthen and Lonnie that had this, because like when Krennic was interrogating Dedra Meero, he was like, who else knows it? It's like literally a very small group of people have this information. Obviously, other than the hundreds of thousands of workers that are actually probably there already working.
Right.
But we have seen, like in the previous season of Andor, the things that those pieces that they were building in the jail were actually like joints for like Death Star,
for the Death Star
vertices or whatever. So it was and then there were like spider droids like building. So yeah, technically they might not even need minimal manpower to actually build the damn thing. It could be mostly droids. So I have a feeling we're going to probably get a little bit more Death Star activity in this episode because it's been mentioned now, and there's actually, when we are at Rogue One, there's a Death Star. They can fire it at Jedha. They can blow up a planet at that point. So it's got to already be there. What do we have to wrap up? We have to wrap up Mon Mothma. Saw Gerrera getting to Jedha somehow and having that be where Saw Gerrera is doing on Jedha.
Right now, Cassian and Melshi are still in Coruscant with Clea.
Yeah. This situation in the beginning of Rogue One, Cassian is in the Ring of Kafrene. Why is he there? Who's that other guy and how did he get information about Death Star? Do we get any Galen Erso potentially? That would be what I would love. Like we mentioned in the previous reaction, Andor has done an amazing job of doing its own thing. It's
not relying on like larger Star Wars characters or whatever.
But this is a season finale, and it's like I would take a little treat of any kind if they'll give it to me.
A little gimme would be great.
A Vader appearance, a Ghost Crew appearance. Even Galen Erso would be a cool, like something that's just a cool, like whoa, check it out.
I would love a little cameo or so.
And that also does help function in the fluidity of like connecting all of these things together, because everybody loves how Rogue One ends and goes right into New Hope. So having the connectivity and everything that's such a Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, it's a season finale. Super excited to jump into it and see what happens. I'm a little nervous, but so far every episode I've loved, so I'm not that nervous that I can enjoy what goes down. So anyway, guys, let's jump in. We'll have some fun, and we'll discuss the episode afterwards.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
You can rest there.
As a prisoner.
As a hero. You need to see the place you helped build.
You need to tell them what you told us.
I'm not leaving you here.
Where the hell are the ISB guys?
It's not us, so it's a link transmit from the ship, so it's a bit confusing.
There must be someone there.
Good old K2SO.
Is it K? Yes! Yes.
Just casually walks out.
It just means he's going to reestablish
this looks like the right hallway.
Yeah. Okay, we know they're at the end of the hallway.
They're close by now.
Get the heck out of there. Oh shit.
Whew.
You can stop right there! Go, go, go. Slowly raise your hands above your head. No sudden movements. Hold your fire. This is a warrant search. This is your first and final warning.
We can still close the door. We'll be trapped as opposed to what? Okay, where are you? Okay.
Let's hope he's on his way.
Stop right there.
Yes!
Dang!
Stop there.
Merciless.
Needs about 60 seconds. Oh shit.
Whew.
Go, go.
Battle droid with a big blaster.
Oh, he is.
Oh, bye here.
Stop right there.
Oh my god.
Yo! You're just using him as a human shield.
Cass, where are you? Back here.
What an undignified way to go.
I know, it just like. Oh my god.
Cassian,
Miss me?
I've cleared a path.
That's
TAC 5.
so
Zone
awesome.
3512. Any unit, please. We need units immediately.
Open call confirmed. It's out there.
Push the request. Push it now.
Ooh, Spartacus sweating.
Well, I'd say that safe house is permanently burned.
Oh shit.
Here they come, and there they go.
I assume any doubts about my value have been erased.
You can speed up now.
You're welcome.
Explain this.
So,
Tell me why, whenever I'm being scolded for troubling you, I'm reminded the rebellion is bigger than all of us. When you feel inconvenienced, all I hear is how small.
she's got the hair.
Yep.
We know you're on Jedha, Saw. We know you're picking off Imperial transports.
There you go.
I'm trying to help you. You've already got an Imperial destroyer on site. It's the Empire that's after you, Saw, not us.
If only you could fight, as well as you lie.
Wow.
Admiral Radis requested you join him. The missing U-wing. There's a situation. Apparently, it's coming in hot, unauthorized, and requesting landing coordinates.
Is this Andor?
I believe so.
With a stolen ship on an unsupervised mission. You can make that case.
But he saved her life. She's got to have some kind of loyalty to him.
Makes the Senate look easy, doesn't it?
Sir, you know the protocol. Scramble
Admiral
three,
Radis.
put 2 on the deck in case we need them. You're lucky Merrick's away. He'd go shoot it down himself.
Let's hope that's not necessary.
We're getting close, aren't we?
I suspect we'll be shot down as an enemy probe.
Shut up, Kay.
But disobeying orders is so refreshing. I planned to tell him I was kidnapped.
Stop right there!
She needs a doctor, please.
What about that force healer lady?
Weapons down.
Okay, so Cleo lived.
Keep him at the hangar. You, droid. Me? Power down this ship, walk away, then power down yourself until further notice.
I have important news.
Apparently, you've been chasing something you feel is worth violating every rule we live by.
I went to save an old friend. Of that, I'm guilty. It's what I learned when I got there that made us come back so recklessly. Luthen is dead. We found Clea at the old safe house. She has some very urgent news.
Is she all right?
She will be.
Well, let's have it, Captain.
He just learned that the Emperor's secret energy project was the cover story for the manufacture of a weapon.
That's hardly a secret. We've been funding it for years.
Without details or inspections.
That there's a connection between the Gorman destruction, the Kyber mining on Jedha, and an Imperial engineer named Galen Erso.
Galen Erso.
It sounds like a paranoid fantasy.
Luthen Rail died for this.
And how has that been verified?
Are you serious?
Captain.
Does anyone in this room, besides Senator Mothma, have any idea how much you owe him?
Oh, please.
I don't know if what he was told is true or not, but it's insulting to hear him run down by people who have given a fraction of his sacrifice to this rebellion.
Enough! When's the last time you two spoke?
When he had me rescue Senator Mothma from the Senate.
Yup.
Yeah, you forgot who you're talking to?
It makes everything unbelievable.
So we do nothing?
This is active intelligence.
More like puffed up speculation.
We will
Dude,
follow
shut
up
up.
tomorrow night with a full session, where you are forbidden from accessing your ship and confined to quarters.
Go to your room.
Requesting permission to visit the infirmary.
Permission granted.
She owes him. She knows it.
Your contact with Saw Gerrera.
Tivik.
He sent 3 urgent messages from Kafrine in the past 10 hours.
Kafrine.
There it is.
Make it quick.
Not exactly the hero's welcome I promised, was it? I'm doing what I can, I promise.
What's happened?
Luthen's dead. Cassian brought Clea back, but
When did this happen?
just now. They brought back some curious information. I won't share it, because I'm hoping he'll tell it to you, and you'll tell me what you think.
Spy on him.
Help me believe him.
She wants to believe him because of how much she owes him, but she's not fully on board yet.
I have some bad news. He's dead, Will. He made it worth it.
Another message from Kathleen. He won't talk to anybody but Andor.
Call him back.
Okay, there's the guy. That's the guy.
That's
on
the guy
Kafrine.
at the beginning.
Gorn, Nemik, Taramin.
Cinta.
It's the names of all the people from Aldani.
Rex. Your mother. The Darnies.
Aldani.
Mon wants to know if your Luthen story is real.
He died for it. Does it matter what he did to us along the way? None of this exists without him. Clea wouldn't lie about it.
Tell me what she said.
There will be times when the struggle seems impossible. I know this already. Alone, unsure, dwarfed by the scale of the enemy. Freedom is a pure idea. It occurs spontaneously and without instruction.
This is Nemik's voice, right? It's from his manifesto.
There are whole armies, battalions that have no idea that they've already enlisted in the cause. Remember that the frontier of the rebellion is everywhere, and even the smallest act of insurrection pushes our lines forward. Tyranny requires constant effort. It breaks.
Who is this? Oh, it's that guy.
Oppression is the mask of fear.
I'm assuming you've heard it before.
Bits and pieces.
Just keeps spreading, doesn't it?
Hmm.
It's been hard to contain.
Like the internet.
What do you think it is?
I'm afraid they're waiting for you, sir. I told them I'd bring you down.
May I have a moment to collect my thoughts?
Is this they're holding Partagas accountable because his
underlings have repeatedly failed?
Yeah. Is he gonna kill himself? Seems like it. Yep. That's a deal. That's what Han Solo uses. Similar blaster. Pew! You're gonna hear gunfire. Yep. Wow.
Damn.
Wow. So what happens to Dedra Miro? Does she just rot in a cell? Like what?
You should reconnect with Bix.
How?
She's safe, isn't she?
That's what I hear.
Oh.
She wouldn't be safe with me. It's too late for that.
She might disagree.
Once this settles down, maybe.
No.
Think about it.
Don't get
Small
out of
chance
this
of
one.
that.
Don't wait too long. Hiya. It's me. It's Val. Put this on. Come on. I'm sorry about Luthen. What you did for him, I can't imagine that was easy.
It had to be done. He always used to say, know your way out before you go in. I don't even really know where I am.
I have friends everywhere. You're here with friends. Need to find my cousin and you need to sleep.
Tivik's on Kafrene until tomorrow. He'll only meet with you. There's an Imperial destroyer parked over Jedha as of 2 days ago. Jedha, Kyber crystal, Luthen dying to get us in motion. Now Tivik keeps calling us. If this is all a trap, it's a brilliant way to spring it.
How do I get to Kafrene?
Yep.
Waking up humans is always confusing. The man you do not like is here.
Excuse us, droid. Sleep well?
Wonder if he'd mentioned Leia at all.
If I die fighting the Empire, I want to go down swinging.
You and Luthen would have gotten along much better than you think.
May the Force be with you, Captain.
Yep, that's the outfit he's wearing.
He's wearing.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep,
Very
that's the jacket.
recognizable, that jacket. Very distinctive.
The whole like watering your plants thing, it's like brushing your teeth in Star Wars.
But I mean, again, that's exactly what they're fighting for, to maintain some sense of normalcy, something worth living for.
Yeah.
A life that you
watering your
can
plants.
enjoy, yeah, where you just take care of your plants and live a normal life. That's what they all want.
Now there's a recognizable look. That's him.
Just eating a meal with, you know, your partner, like just normal stuff. That's what they're fighting for.
Oh.
Oh. Wow. Oh, she's in the prison jumpsuit.
Oh, she's wearing the white and orange.
Yeah.
Does that mean she's making Death Star parts now?
Oh my gosh.
No way. So yeah, she is just in jail. Ah.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, what an end for Dedra Miro. That's the Force healer lady. Seems he has accepted his purpose.
Mm-hmm.
He's come full circle.
Oh, there's Saw on Jedha.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
And the weapon's not in place yet. We see them do that in Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
There's a rumor we have a flight plan.
The ring of Kafrin.
Kivik?
We'll take the quick way.
It's so much easier when I know what we're doing.
Get us out of here.
Off to meet his destiny.
Oh.
Oh, it's B.
Cassian.
This is still that agricultural planet where they were hiding out. Or was that where Bix went back to?
Oh, good call. Yep. She carrying a baby.
She have a baby?
She's carrying a baby.
Oh my god.
Oh,
he's a daddy.
Shit. Okay. All right.
Does he ever know that he's a daddy?
No, definitely not. Wow. Okay, so that's why she left. Wow. That's peaceful.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that a lot of people had kind of predicted that was the case. Like, oh, what if Bix was pregnant?
Right. Now we know for
which
sure
makes sense.
why she left at the moment she left.
And I guess, knowing that Cassian passes away at the end of Rogue One,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, like his lineage lives on. Tell me you don't want to go watch Rogue One right now.
I really do.
Just like,
I really, really do.
Everything that I said, where I'm like, I wonder if they're going to create like a scenario where it's
Yeah.
like, this leads right into Rogue One. Well, it's like, well, there you go.
No little gimmies, no crazy cameos, but honestly, that final montage was really emotional.
Yeah, it was touching.
That was really very like moving.
Yeah.
And the way it ended there with Bix like looking up into that sort of Catholic sky with the rays coming down from heaven, it's like a visual symbol of hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and we as the audience know that they get the Death Star plans. Luke Skywalker goes and blows it up.
The Death Star, yep.
And then eventually the rebellion wins.
Yeah.
Darth Vader and the Emperor die in the end, and the good guys win.
Right.
So seeing Bix there in the end, where it's just like peaceful and quiet.
Yeah.
The sun is shining.
Yeah.
And like we may not, maybe not specifically in this moment, they're free from danger, but it felt like that, where it's like nobody's after you.
It felt
nobody's
like
chasing
peace on
you.
earth. Yes.
Yeah, nobody's chasing you. Nobody's shooting at you.
Yeah.
That is I had mentioned in episode 8 where it's the massacre in Gorman and there's just like blasters everywhere, and then in episode 9 they're escaping from the Senate and it's not blasters everywhere, but it's still held the same.
Yeah, very, very tense,
tense and suspenseful. Yeah, having like Star Wars and like having it be wartime, and then the final image is just that peaceful. Yeah.
I find it very, I don't know if I want to say relatable or just realistic, the sort of distrust and disagreement happening within the rebellion itself.
Yeah.
You know, within the leaders of the rebellion.
Mhm.
They all have to get on the same page. They're not sure whether to trust Cassian or
Yeah.
not, you know, whether to trust Luthen or not. There's these disagreements, and getting everybody on the same page is as much of a struggle as fighting against the Empire in some cases.
Yeah. I kind of noticed, I didn't know, I mean, this may have been this specific, but to me, I noticed that there was a good portion of the episode where it was raining.
Yep.
And that's always like sort of like that symbol of like cleansing. Yeah. And it did feel that way, where it was like Vel, you know, people coming to peace with where they're at. I mean,
It's like a fresh start, kind of, at the end of this. Yes.
Yeah, you can kind of feel the purge in it, in that, like,
Yeah.
okay, Luthen is dead. Like, and then Luthen had made a remark to Mon Mothma when they were talking before she made her speech. That, like, yeah, like, where everything is so twisted, we've contorted ourselves, or whatever he said. I forget the language he used, but basically it's like, we've been so deceptive with each other that we can't even, like, trust each other now, because it's like, everything has been so, deformed. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
But the rain in the background with, like, you know, it was very quiet with just that rain the whole time. It just felt very like this is a purge, this is a cleanse.
Yeah.
The catharsis of kind of all of the bad deeds that they had done to get there. Obviously,
where
like
they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, like, getting on the same page, it's like, okay, well, like, now, you know, it's not about espionage and deception. It's about, like, we're about to go to
bringing
war.
the fight to it, you know, to where it matters.
Yeah, and now that the Death Star is a real thing, we all know that it literally is, like, they're gonna take over the galaxy if we don't blow this Death Star up.
Yeah. I loved this moment of Partagast listening to Nemik's manifesto, and there's this detail that Nemik's manifesto has apparently gone kind of viral, and everyone's listening to it, and it's changing people's hearts and minds, and that it's had this little thing, this one, you know, young guy has had this huge effect. You know, a little thing can create an entire movement.
Yeah.
I love that detail, and him listening to it and almost sort of taking that on board in a way. It's not like he changed his mind entirely, but he was really listening. He was really listening to, like, this is what the other side is fighting for. And then he took his own life in the next moment. That was a really effective scene.
I had to go back and listen closely. We didn't have the subtitles on either, but it sounded like to me like he killed himself because there was somebody there that was gonna, you know,
it sounds like
he was gonna get help, but
anyway,
it was like, was it like Palpatine or Vader that showed up? It sounded like he said somebody was downstairs to see him or something,
right?
And he's like, who is it? Like,
right.
That's when he killed him. Like, I could be wrong. I'll have to go back and check, but it seemed like, for a second, I
feel
like
there's a lot going on for him in that moment, though. It's not just that he knows his goose is cooked.
Or
he
Tarkin.
knows, right? It could be Tarkin.
It's
like he
Tarkin,
knows he's in trouble. There's no way out of this for him. But then there's also sort of that moment of having taken this young guy's manifesto on board and having listened to that in his final moments and being like, what the fuck am I fighting for at this point, you know?
And in the end, Dedra Meero is alive, but she's in jail.
Wow.
Building Death Star parts, probably, because that's the same
prison uniform that Cass and Melshi had when they were in prison.
Yeah.
I mean, what an ending for Dedra Meero.
Oh, the irony.
I mean, an amazingly written, amazingly acted character. Her character arc has been just remarkable, just an amazing character.
Yeah.
That was quite a dramatic end.
This show really did the villain characters so much justice.
Yes, it did.
All of the villains were interesting characters. None of the villains were just like
cardboard cutouts of
I'm a bad guy,
right?
mustache twirling villains. Yeah, they were literally
they all
like
had
these complex
backstory and
depth.
dimension.
Yeah, exactly. And then even characters like Cyril Karn, where it's just like such a tragic ending for his character.
That rose to Greek tragedy. That was a Greek tragedy level, you know, character arc and ending for him.
Man, to see that, you know.
I honestly shed a little tear for that character, although we know him as like part of the bad guys. You know, I really like felt for that character in that moment, in his last moments.
Yeah, and you have to consider the reality of the fact that like his mom would be one of those people that's gonna like swallow the propaganda and be probably you know, on the side of the
the powerful side.
Yeah, and hating
the
on
people
Gorman
in power.
and thinking her son was a legitimate, you know, victim of
Gorman aggression or whatever.
Man.
Yeah.
And Krennic is, man, when he came in and he was talking to, oh my God.
That's another character I love. And I mean, he is more of a like mustache twirling bad guy, but again, the character is just so well acted that you see sides of that character, and like that's another character that I can't get enough of.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many, like the balding ISB guy that was like a colleague of Partagaz, who like went outside and like you could hear Partagaz commit suicide, and the guy was like to the stormtroopers like, mm-mm. Like it was almost this weird like, no, let him do his,
let him have his moment,
let him.
Yep.
And it was just so interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this show really did the villains justice because they're not they're interesting. Man, I don't know what else to say.
I mean, just to wrap up my thoughts on this series as a whole, this series really did justice to the everyday people on every side of this war. You know, it really gave a face to what the war means, what the war does to people living through it. And it wasn't just about the heroes and villains. It wasn't just about, like you said, famous Star Wars characters.
Yeah.
It was about like everyday people living throughout the galaxy and, you know, how personal war is to people who experience it.
Yeah.
Yeah, really did a good job of that.
Also, you know what? Props to Benjamin Bratt for stepping in and doing Bail Organa justice.
Yeah.
I honestly, when they were still at the Senate, I wasn't even really thinking about it being Benjamin Bratt at a certain point. It was just kind of like he really did step in and that was not that character is necessarily particularly got some huge, you know, thing. I mean, it is Bail Organa. It's pretty important. It's Leia's father, technically.
I love the moment where he said, "If I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go down swinging," and it's like, well,
and you're like, well, not really. Yeah, but yeah, like props to him for stepping in and making that role.
Yeah.
I thought he did a good job.
Just an incredible show. I have loved this show from start to finish.
It was great.
And we'll definitely be back to rewatch this again in future.
I hope that obviously there's more this style, like Star Wars content in the future. I hope they have room for this style of show again. You know, there's a little bit of everything Star Wars now. And you know, there's things like Mandalorian and Grogu, and there's cartoons and the classic movies. But this is really its own thing.
Yeah, this stands on its own, as you have pointed out several times.
Yeah.
It really does. It exists within the Star Wars universe. It has enough ties to the rest of the Star Wars universe that you can have something to grab onto. Yeah. But it really did its own thing, and it did it in its own fashion, and it was extremely successful at that.
Yeah, it feels like in the menu, the ever-growing menu of Star Wars, you know, things that we can consume now. This is the mature option.
Yeah.
That is, you know, you want to watch this felt like an HBO show or something.
Yeah.
It felt like it didn't feel like your typical slop. You know, this really felt meaty and mature and nuanced. And I do hope that the content in the future has elements of what we have here. Obviously we can't. Andor itself is done. But you know, Tony Gilroy, all the people involved in this show, I hope they get more opportunities with this stuff because
very successful.
I don't think we had anything to complain about.
No, honestly,
really.
No.
There were a couple of moments in the last few episodes that were a little bit
maybe
slow.
A little bit slow to develop or whatever.
Yeah, and you know, I kind of in the same breath compliment that and, you know, criticize it, and that it's it's great to get all of that extra time to let things marinate and to you know, spend your time, but then sometimes you get a little impatient and you're like, okay, I got it, let's get to the. But other than that, I have no complaints. I really enjoyed every aspect of it: the acting, the directing, the audio visual aspect
the
of it.
production design.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So guys, yeah, I mean, I think the show is a success. I think most of what I've heard from people has just been positive. Everyone seems to like it. So I'm glad everybody was on the same page for this show. We didn't there weren't too many massive disagreements and people calling us hate farmers or shills or whatever the word you want to, we just want to watch content and enjoy it with you guys. Guys, let us know what you thought about Andor season 2. I guess let us know what you thought about Andor, the show in general, because this was the series finale. I mean, let's pretend like you're not going to go watch Rogue One right now. I feel like I have to just like put...
I may stay up all night doing that.
I'm going to edit these reactions. I'm going to have to resist the temptation to go watch Rogue One. But guys, let us know what you thought about the 3-episode arc and the season in general. We'd really like to hear your opinion. Leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to see the reactions fully, unedited, and watch along style, go to patreon.com/JediJive. That's where we put them up. We will see you in the next reaction.
Peace.
Peace.